Review of my Columbia hiking shirt. Columbia, as many of you would be aware, makes clothing that is oriented towards hikers or hiking. I do buy their shirts because their shirts have a lot of breathability built into them, which is always good in summers. So this is a Silver Ridge Utility Light Plaid shirt. Size is men's XL. I've already opened the outside packaging to save time, and in the packaging there is no issue, so these do look new. The color of the shirt is slightly dull, and that is on purpose because I selected this color for myself. I did not want a shirt which was looking brand new or very bright in color. The shirt is synthetic, but it does have a very cottonish kind of look to it, but the fabric is synthetic. This is the tag on the inside. It says fabric in India, which is made in India, and a size XL, and some Columbia branding. Further, the tags, it's 50 UPF rated. So I've heard of SPS, which is sun protection factor, but UPF is ultimate sun blocking protection. So UPF, which Columbia says is ultimate sun blocking protection, and broad spectrum omni shade sun protection. So sun protection is always good, and they are claiming that this will give good amount of sun protection. And so the tech on this, what Columbia claims is omni shade. So that is protection from the sun, and then this is again certain more information about the manufacturer and sizing and the same. So these are the two tags, and the shirt has come with tags, which is always a good sign. That means that this has not been used. So the collar, this is not a formal shirt, as can be seen very easily. The collar has a very soft finish to it. There is no hard plastic on the inside to give it shape. The buttons are all plastic. So this is a full sleeve shirt. I find that all Columbia shirts, when you buy them, will have one sleeve which is folded and the other sleeve which is open. This is a common feature in all their packaging. The shirt does look good for casual use. It's got a checkered pattern to it in blue. Coming on to the buttons are all plastic, or at least the top two buttons are plastic, clip-on buttons, and the lower buttons are standard buttons which have to be opened like this. So the upper two buttons are clip buttons, 1 and 2, and the lower buttons are all standard buttons. Now the rear is where all the action is. So this is the breathability which I like about Columbia. So here the air is able to pass inside. As you can see, I can put my hand inside. So the air is able to pass through the rear of the shirt, and on the inside is a mesh material. So good amount of breathability there, because a lot of the sweating happens there. And maybe under the arms also they would have given, no, under the arms there are no vents. So the breathability is actually only in the rear of the shirt, which is also acceptable, much better than other normal shirts without breathability. And at the rear, at the base also are vents. So it's like this. That's pretty nice. Coming to the front looks plain and simple. The pockets are somewhat different on these. Okay, so one pocket has got a simple top opening, and one pocket has got a side opening. It's got a side opening which has got velcro on the inside. So the pocket on the left does not have a top opening, it has a side opening, and the pocket on the right has got a top opening. Also, the size of the pockets is different. The pocket size on the right is, I don't think it can be seen, but yes, so this is smaller on the right, and the pocket on the left is larger. It's quite a bit large. It's about this big. So pocket on the right is smaller and the pocket on the left is larger. I'm not too big a fan of these asymmetrical pockets because I think there should always be symmetry in design. However, at least one of the pocket is slightly large, so you'll be able to keep more items or larger items inside the pocket, and the other items, smaller items, can be put inside this pocket. However, because of the checkered pattern or finish on the shirt, the differences in pocket size is not visible, and which is something which I am happy about. And coming on to the sleeves have some amount of branding. It says Omni Shade, and again it has got these clip buttons. So once you roll your sleeves, you can just pull up this tab and clip it onto the sleeve itself, and so your rolled up sleeves will remain in place. And this is more required in synthetic shirts because synthetic cloth tends to be slippery. So here, once you roll up your sleeves, they will remain in place. And similarly on the other side also. The cuff design is quite standard. It's got two buttons for variable sizing on the wrist and another button which is standard. The shirt does not have too much of branding, which is a good thing. It's slightly understated, and I always like my clothing to be slightly understated. With the fabric, because it is synthetic, this is going to breathe easily, and even if it gets wet, it will dry pretty fast, which is exactly what I was looking for. What do I think about the shirt? I think the shirt is quite nice. It does serve the purpose which I was wanting to buy it for. However, that said, because this is made within the country itself, I think the pricing is quite steep. This could have been much cheaper, primarily because this is plain synthetic cloth, and I do not think this would have costed so much to manufacture. But yes, if you can afford it, I think this is a nice shirt to have. Thank you.